What's up, guys? Fairly Decent here. This is Fairly Decent Gaming. As always, if you enjoy the content, please subscribe so you can see more, and like the video. If not, it's cool. Move on. I don't care. But before I move on to what I want to talk about, just check out how I start this game. Probably the best start I've ever had to a TDM. Oh. Motherfucking quad right off the bat. I literally stood here and just watched my medals like, what the fuck? Look at all these points. It just keeps going. And then after this, it just kind of... I still do well, but... mediocre-ish game. But anyways, what I want to talk about... It's New Release Tuesday, so as always, I will do a movie review for the new release. The biggest release for this week, in my opinion, or the one that I was most interested in, was the movie Argo. Now, the movie Argo is based on the Iranian... hostage crisis in the 70s, and it's Ben Affleck's movie. He directs it, and he actually has a really good track record with directing movies. On most of his movies on Rotten Tomatoes, they have at least a 92%, so he actually does a very, very good job doing his whole directing thing. You know, he's successful as an actor first, and he's directing. He's kind of doing the Clint Eastwood route, that type of thing, where he gets his fame and his credibility from the fact that he was a decent actor, a really good actor, and then he decided, you know what, I'm going to get into the directing scene, and he starts directing, and it's really good. But anyways, Argo is about the Iranian hostage crisis, and basically how they got the 6 people that escaped in the beginning, how they got them out. And it was a declassified story. I guess it was a classified story before Canada took credit for it, so that Iran didn't know that the U.S. was involved, and a war wouldn't start and all that stuff. So Canada took credit, and now the actual story is out, and Ben Affleck made the movie about it. Now, for this movie, I actually really enjoyed the fact that they did a great job incorporating actual footage of what was airing on TV at that time. Kind of a lot like Forrest Gump. Forrest Gump did that very well, kind of incorporating real historical video of the events that they are incorporating in the story into the movie. And they do that, and it's not as obvious in this, really. It's a lot of it is in the background on televisions, and in the credits it actually shows the real people's passports and all that stuff, so it's really cool. The special features on the Blu-ray or the DVD has the stories of people that were going on and lived through it, and what the people that the story is about, and their accounts from it. Ben Affleck said that he tried to make sure that he made it as historically accurate as he possibly could. Obviously, just with any other sort of Hollywood film, they had to, they probably made it a little bit more dramatic, like last minute getaways and things like that. I'm sure they were cutting it close, but not as close as they tried to make it seem in the movie. If it was that close, and that's pretty crazy, I would have been shitting bricks the whole time. But it was really cool just kind of seeing a different view of that whole thing, because I've seen different things on History Channel and learned about it in school. It was during one of the heights in the Cold War, and Iran was seen as an enemy at that point, which was weird because the whole crisis with Iran was actually caused by the U.S., but I'm not even going to get into that. Just most of the Middle East stuff has been caused by the U.S., but like the people that they put into power are now their enemies, so it's kind of stupid. And anyway, they really did a good job of actually incorporating a different viewpoint from it, and they bounced back and forth, and the acting was great. And they showed all the planning that got involved in actually getting these guys out, and it seems simple enough, you would think, but they went to great extents of providing a good cover story, did their full background, actually had to make a real production company to make it seem like the movie that they were fake making, where they were actually making, so that Iran would allow them into their country without knowing that they were American, because Americans were seen as the enemy, and wouldn't have let them in otherwise. But if I were to give this film a rating, I'd say it's 9.5 out of 10. It's very, very good. Great story, great acting, based on true events, which I always love those movies, especially when they do a good job actually incorporating the real events and doing a good job explaining what actually happened. Obviously, I wasn't there, but from everything I've seen in the special features and all that stuff of the people that were there when this all happened, I think he did a very good job of making sure that it was historically accurate, which I really like those types of movies. And, you know, I like history-based stuff because, you know, movies about real life are always more interesting. So 9.5 out of 10. If you haven't seen it yet, definitely go see it because this movie is fucking awesome. Hope you enjoyed this video. If not, you can fuck off. Peace.